Yae Miko's release is only a couple of days away, exactly a week as of the point when I post this video, and I know many of us have been looking forward to her for a very long time, and during that time we have a lot of questions about our soon to be new Electro mommy. Oops, I said it. So I basically did for you guys a favor and went through all my Discord and Yae Miko's main Reddit site, looking up for some of the most frequent asked questions on Yae Miko, compile them all here and sharing my thoughts on them in this video. Now, as always, since Yae isn't official release yet, so all my thoughts and answer on these questions are currently based on the info we got from Yae Miko on the 2.5 livestream and my past experience of playing Genshin Impact. Therefore, it can be subjected to change on her official arrival. And with that out of the way, let's hop into the video. First question, is Yae Miko a sub DPS or a hyper carry? Now, from what we've heard from the official Genshin Impact livestream, Yae Miko is an electro catalyst who has the ability to set up turrets on the field through her E skills Sesho Sakura. She can set up to 3 of these on the field at a time, dealing periodic lightning strikes to the enemies around it, and her burst will cause thunder to strike down while also causing the current Sesho Sakura on the field to deal additional AoE electro damage. Now, it hasn't been officially shown, however, from the scaling that Yae Miko is having across her normal attack doesn't seem to have a high scaling, while her E skills and especially her burst has really good damage scaling, indicating that she's in favor of being a sub DPS who's going to be good in teams like Switch Team, where she swap in and out setting up her skills and then uses her burst whenever it is up. Her passive talent were also mentioned in the livestream, one being that after using her burst it will reset her skill cooldown, and the other allows her skill to scale with the number of EM Yae Miko has, which again has no benefits towards her normal attack and all in favor of her skills and burst. And so on paper it seems that she'll be a sub DPS, however that's not to say that her ability to be a main DPS isn't there, as she does have a pretty decent charge attack scaling. Therefore, we won't entirely know until we get to test her out officially. Second question, should I go for Elemental Mastery or Attack Percentage build? This is a very good question and one that I have seen come up the most because of how her passive talent work, confusing many players. So we know that her skills gets the benefit of her Elemental Mastery, which boosts its damage. However, that will be the only place that will get the boost. The rest of her kit, from her normal attack to her burst, will not get the bonus effect. Now obviously we haven't been able to test out how much of a difference focusing on building EM for Yae Miko will make on her E skill, but due to the loss of attack percentage, her burst will lose out by building EM on Yae. It will not normally be worth it, considering most of Yae's values will also come from her burst damage, and you won't always rely on her elemental skill to deal high damage and take out your enemies. The only thing that Elemental Mastery can benefit Yae Miko as a whole is if you focus on elemental reaction teams, where you have her on field dealing reaction damage as well as her burst, making the most out of her EM stats. So at this point in time, it's going to be depending on how you want to play Yae Miko, but on theory, attack percentage build on main stats for her artifacts, then try to get some Elemental Mastery stats on the sub stats would be the best. You can also have more EM by running Sucrose, for example, on the team to give Yae Miko more Elemental Mastery. Third question is, why is Yae Miko so hot? It's because Yae Miko lives in the Narukami Shrine, which is at the top of the mountain. Now normally that's supposed to be a very cold place, so she needs to be super hot to maintain the temperature of that place not to snow, which stop the other shrine maidens not to freeze to their death. So thanks to Yae Miko being so hot, the whole of Narukami Island is now experiencing rather warm weather, which is great. Fourth question question is, what are the best artifact options for Yae Miko? Now, if her current kit stayed the same on her official release, then you actually have a couple options for Yae. As we've talked about before, since attack percentage will most likely be the better choice for Yae Miko, we have artifact options like the 2-piece Thundering Fury plus 2-piece Glad or Shiminawa will be best. And if you want to build Yae to have a bit more EM to benefit her skills, then you can go with 2-piece Thundering Fury with 2-piece Wanderer for a flat 80 EM boost. Or the 4-piece Thundering Fury here will also be good for Yae Miko on EM build because she can deal more reaction damage. Some have also been asking if 4-piece Wanderer is actually good because of the 35% charge attack bonus, in which I would say it's not going to be worth it because only her charge attack gets the benefit. You should just go with 2-piece Thundering Fury and 2-piece Glad, in which all Yae Miko kits can get the boost. Now, there's also an interesting artifact set that Yae Miko can really take benefit of, which is the 4-piece Emblem, because we know that her burst scales really high while she also has one of the highest burst energy costs in the game. Therefore, running this set can potentially really benefit Yae's sub DPS build. And talking about artifacts, many have also checked out whether Yae's own artifact set is going to be coming in the future patches, just like Chide with Heart of Death and Kokomi with the Ocean Clam set. Now, we obviously don't know the exact info if there's going to be a set or not. However, even if there is, it won't be coming for at least 6 weeks of the patch 2.5, in which I'm asking you as a Yae simp, are you going to leave your beloved Yae Miko at the back of the garage waiting for her true love artifact pieces that may or may not ever come? No, right? So just farm her current artifact option, as even if you're changing up her sets later on, her current artifact will surely be of use by many other characters on your team. 6 is, what will be her best weapon option? Now, the clear answer will be her new soon to come weapon, as that's how things are with all the characters. But I know what you're referring to, which is what are the next best option after her BIS. And Yae's actually got quite some good option in line here. Talking about the 5-star option, the 2 5-star from the standard banner, the Lost Prayer and Skyward Atlas will be her next best in choice. With the Lost Prayer on the better end because of the crit rate it gives, while Skyward Atlas focuses more on giving attack stats, so it's going to be tougher for you to build. But it does give you a constant 12% elemental damage boost, so that's great, while Lost Prayer requires you to be on field a bit. Now, there's also a 4-star weapon disguised as a 5-star here, which is the Wizard. This weapon at R1 is already pretty good for Yae, but if you can get it to R5, it will most likely be better than the other 5-star option. Not her BIS weapon of course, but it will be best for sub DPS Yae Miko due to its passive. You also have the Solar Pearl from the Battle Pass. It's also pretty good on Yae if you don't have any other option, and if you're a pure free-to-play player with none of the option we've mentioned above, then the Dodoko Tails can be considered. However, we can't forget the new free weapon we'll be getting in patch 2.5, which is the Oath Worn Eye. The official information on this weapon isn't released yet at this point, but if it stays the same, then you will be getting a 565% base attack with 27.6% attack bonus from the secondary stats and a 48% energy recharge increase after using elemental skills once you reach R5, which you will because it is from the event. And so if all of this is true, then I would say this weapon will work really well with Yae, even more so when running her with the 4-piece emblem, because a 48% energy increase is a lot that helps Yae Miko with her high energy burst cost, while boosting her elemental burst damage from the 4-piece emblem. We don't know how this R5 weapon will come up against the Wizard yet, but either way, for a free-to-play player, if you've got no other option, then you have got a very good weapon right here. 8th question is how to get Yae without Primos, which is an amazing question that even whales in Genshin Impact would want to ask at times. Now, the only way you can get Yae without needing Primos is if you have somebody else sponsoring you, right? And so with that being said, I am going to be doing a character giveaway once the channel hits 10,000 subs. We are currently at 8,000 right now, so it's just under 2,000 subs away. If we're able to hit 10,000 subs during Yae Miko's banners, one of you is going to be getting Yae Miko for free. So if you've enjoyed the video just far and would like to win Yae Miko, click on the red subscribe button now and turn on your bell notification and enter my Discord server where the giveaway will be held. We don't have a lot of participants yet, so I am sure your chance of winning is pretty high. Link to the Discord server in the description below, guys, and I will see you there. Moving on is, should I go for C1 or her BIS weapon? Now Yae Miko's constellation isn't officially released yet, but if it stays the same, then her C1 will help her with energy particle regen after her burst. So here's going to be always my standpoint, is that on character, constellation and weapon, if you're a pure free-to-play player and you're already having a hard enough time scraping for Primo gems every single patch, then why would you want to invest more than the character you're trying to pull? There's always going to be other characters that you want to go for down the line, and you're investing into a current character cons or their weapon is going to be wasting you a lot of Primo gems. Unless you're very lucky, of course, because this is an RNG, but cons and weapons are usually never worth it in place of a brand new character in your team, so just keep that in mind. However, if you've got the privilege of investing into Yae Miko, then as with all other characters, not just Yae, the best in slot weapon is always worth it more than the constellation, because you can switch weapon between characters, so the benefit is a lot more. And on Yae Miko specifically, C1 only gives her more easier burst uptime, which you can make up by farming more energy recharge on her stats. If you want to go for a constellation, try going for C2, that's going to be a lot better for Yae Miko. Question number 10 is, does Thrilling Tales of Dragons plus a 4-piece Tenacity works on Yae Miko? This is a pretty interesting question which didn't catch my attention until I was asked. And so Yae Miko with Thrilling Tales and 4-piece Tenacity definitely works, because her E-skill procs this set constantly. Now the question comes down to, will you actually go with this build? Because remember, Yae Miko's burst damage is really high, and now you're building her with this set, and even more so running her with a 3-star weapon, meaning you're dealing a very low burst damage on Yae Miko, which is going to be quite a waste of her kit from what I am seeing. However, this works depending on your account. If you're lacking an electro support on your team and want Yae to be the one, this set will work very well for you, and so it will come down to the decision of you using it or not. Question 11 is, what is Yae best pulling ritual? Ah yes, the pulling ritual for every characters. Wow, this is going to be down to personal preference now, isn't it? But for me, the best ritual I feel is you going to the Narukami Shrine, offer some tofu to Yae Miko by eating it. Because as Raiden Shogun have said, Yae Miko tends to be a fan of fried tofu. Now I don't think we have fried tofu just yet, unless I am wrong. The closest we have is the crab roll tofu, which is also made by frying tofu. So eat that at the Narukami Shrine, pull for Yae, and hopefully she's attracted to you by the smell of fried tofu. Question 12. What's her best team? This is going to be a question that really requires us to wait until Yae Miko comes, because team build isn't always about you stacking up good character in the slot and then run, but it also comes down to the rotation as well, especially with Yae Miko being a character that focuses on being a sub DPS and more so on a burst damage dealer with a very long burst cooldown of 22 seconds. So when we talk about Yae Miko's team, you will want to be aware of the rotation as well. That being said, we can see some of the good characters beyond Yae's team, mainly being Sucrose and Kazuha, who helps buff Yae Miko with EM and elemental damage bonus. Xingqiu and Xianglings are very good options as well for reactions, and electro characters like Raiden Shogun, Fischl and Beidou runs really well with Yae Miko, especially Raiden Shogun from her burst damage increase as well as her energy recharge support. And so team building is one of my channel's specialty. I work on team building and rotation specifically for every character, so if you're interested in team building, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out, especially when Yae Miko's team building is coming out next week. So those are some of the top questions I have seen on Yae Miko. Hopefully I have been able to answer them for you, even though we know that Yae Miko is not officially out yet. Now if you've enjoyed the video and interested in more Yae Miko content, I will be posting a lot of video on her in the upcoming days. Also again, if you're interested in the chance to win Yae Miko, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join join Discord to enter the giveaway once the channel hits 10,000 subs. With that, I wish you a super day and I will catch you on the next video.